Praise the Lord! Digital Duo 8-Bit Weapon is here in studio because who says Friday has to be the only weekday that rocks, huh? Plus, transferring music directly from your friends' iPods. The kids call it pod shanking, and guess what? It's dirty. And who says playing games will make you doughy and unattractive? Not the Kilowatt controller, that's for sure. Hey, no pain, no game. Like the pun. So lock down the Mr. Coffee and prepare for ludicrous speed. Attack of the show is going plaid.
Pick up on this.
A little water.
Right.
Hey, it's Monday.
Yes.
Welcome to the show that's legal in all 50 states. It's Attack of the Show.
That's right.
I think we are. legal
Happy
in all
Monday.
states. Yeah, same to you, buddy. Good
Most all
weekend.
States, yeah. Good weekend. Just
Yeah.
did a lot of relaxing. Just that's pretty much about it.
Wow.
How about you?
Sounds like a relaxing weekend.
Yeah.
I
It's been
played
nice.
God of War nonstop all weekend. I finally picked it up. I know I'm late to the party. Sorry, I missed the Evite. But I picked up the God of War on Saturday. So good.
I haven't played it yet either.
It's so good.
Is it good?
It really is probably one of the best video. It is to the PlayStation 2 what Halo is to the Xbox.
Nice.
If that analogy.
Yeah,
And
makes
to do an
sense.
SAT analogy, there you go.
Thank you.
I'd circle C.
Excellent.
Good.
Sarah Lane is here, of course.
Hi, guys.
All leopard out.
Yeah, you like it?
Yes.
I'm kind of like, a wild woman.
Feel like I'm in a
today.
safari.
That's right.
Huh?
We're hunting.
Today's Monday, and you know why I like Monday?
Why?
Because that's when I show off my very favorite gems of the internet.
Yes.
I've acquired over the course of 1 week, 7 days.
Yeah.
Gems.
Love the gems.
Great.
Kevin, you said that was your favorite part of it. You always, starting on like Friday night, you start looking forward to Monday
I'm constantly
for the gems of the internet.
When I said relaxing this weekend, I was actually just hunting for gems.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Searching all
Yeah.
weekend.
All
You want
weekend
that
long.
segment, don't you?
No, I
Okay,
don't.
fair enough.
So obvious. Loves it. He's obsessed about it. He dreams of them.
Okay.
Okay, never mind.
Uncomfortable. Now, big news today. Another network apparently got the scoop on the new Xbox. I don't know if you heard about that.
I heard about that.
Yes.
Yes.
Now
Well, they don't have the scoop. It's not out yet, but they're going
Well, they
to.
will
Yeah.
have the scoop. And our colony, the little ARG that we were talking about, had a countdown timer on it. Apparently, that's counting down to when they're going to break the big news on the new Xbox. But what's more interesting about that is this like kind of one-upsmanship that's going on. It's this E3 is going to be big. All the companies are announcing new consoles. Everybody wants to outdo each other. So Microsoft, everybody's expecting their press conference to be the official unveiling
Right,
of the new
of course.
Xbox. So Sony makes their press conference a few hours earlier.
And then Microsoft says, wait a second.
Yeah, how about this one? Bam, 4 days earlier.
Right. Now, do you think Sony's going to one-up them and come back and say...
We'll see, I don't. I hope not, because then
Yeah.
it'll just get really pathetic and
Yeah.
rescheduling and shifting. But nevertheless, I mean, we're going to scoop them all, if that's all right.
Really?
I spent all morning making phone calls, working the contacts.
That's what you were doing.
Doing some
I wonder
networking.
what you were doing this morning.
No. It's between playing Solitaire and Bejeweled, I was working on an exclusive for the show. So I'm really excited.
What do you got?
Well, here it is. I'm just going to say it. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time anywhere, the brand new Xbox controller. You ready for it?
Let's see it.
Woo! Look at that.
Whoa.
Huh? Look, it's white.
Wait.
Pearlescent. Notice, so they got the face buttons there. Now,
Dude,
let me.
it's
Now, it was
half white.
It was
You spray painted
that
this
is
thing.
no, it's a pearlescent coating. And now there was rumors that there would be shoulder buttons. I don't know if you can see those there. These are in fact
Those
shoulder
are
buttons
foam pads.
in addition to the triggers.
Kevin, no.
It's
No.
shoulder buttons. This is an exclusive, Kevin. I worked all day on this. And I don't know if you noticed the lack of a wire. Why is that?
Wireless.
We're wireless, baby. Look at that. Huh? Look at the range on that puppy. Look at that. Huh?
Like,
Wavebird, what?
no, down.
Wavebird, don't break the prototype.
But you're...
Don't
See, it
break
is a
the-
prototype. No, you did base this off real designs, though, right?
Look at the range on this thing. Just don't break. Oh, no. Oh. There went my...
Yes. It's
All
a
right,
piece of
it's
junk.
fake. It's
Is
fake.
this what you spent all morning working
Hold
on?
on. It is fake, but it's based off real rumors, I guess, if you could. It's based off actual speculation.
It's like putty and stuff.
Look at this website. Just stop looking at the...
Okay.
All right, now,
What's this?
leaked onto the net from our colony. Supposedly, these are leaked images of the new Xbox controller, and now these pictures surface online.
See, now that looks much better, even though it's...
It looks exactly like
No,
mine.
it does not
Sans
look
wireless
nothing like
antenna.
this.
Yes, that was 802.11. in there. So yeah, these came out. It kind of looks like the Logitech wireless controller, but supposedly this is it. Again, wireless and shoulder buttons in addition to the triggers.
Nice.
So those are the rumors. There you go.
Excellent. Now, somebody has done a little hacking this weekend. They launched a Google Maps hack that combines Craigslist listings, you know Craigslist,
Yes.
with Google Maps. So let me show you. Take a look at this
right.
here. Craigslist actually is one of Sarah's favorite sites. We're going to choose city San Francisco here.
Okay.
And price range that we're looking to rent is between $1,500 to $2,000 a month.
Sure.
You choose
Chump
that
change.
yeah, chump change. San Francisco is so pricey. And then here you get a listing of all the current apartments, and they list all the apartments here on the right-hand side.
And the different colors that correspond to the different prices, right? So you can kind of at a glance see it.
So let's take a look here. Let's try Chicago, and it should load up. You can see the map coming up here.
All right. There we go. Now, what happens if you actually click on one? What kind of info are you getting?
Let's see here. Let's click on this little listing here. Why is our internet so slow? There we go.
Oh, there we go.
So it gives you, little details about it. It's a 3-bedroom, gorgeous on Lake Michigan. It's, you can click around.
See,
Really nice.
some of them even have photos, which I think is the sweetest part. Like, not only do you get the info, but you get to see like little thumbnail shots of, what the apartment is.
It's a really
Kinda
cool
neat.
hack.
Yeah,
it's an
very
awesome
nice.
hack. So if you're into Craigslist and into this type of thing, this is definitely a site you want to check out.
Right.
Next, this one here is it's actually Google versus Yahoo comparison.
Is there a comparison,
Well,
really? I mean, is it even?
No. Let me show you how it works. Like, type in your name here. Go, Kevin
Okay.
Pereira.
All right. Oh, Kevin Rose was like one of the suggested.
Dude, I was testing it out.
Yeah. Take your time with it, buddy.
So it shows you side by side. This is Google up top here, and then underneath here is Yahoo. And it's going to draw us a nice little, see, look here. So they compare, actually,
nice.
The first link on Google is the second on Yahoo.
All right.
The second on Google is the, fifth on Yahoo. So you can see how they kind of they match each other up.
That's interesting. And then you can actually see what the actual links are by going over the bubbles,
Yeah, and
right?
then just click on any of those, and it'll take you to the link.
Very nice.
It's kind of cool. It's a
My
good little
site's
site.
down. Nothing to see there. What are you going to do?
When's that coming back up, by the way?
I'm lazy. I don't care. It'll get there someday.
Okay.
All right. The International Database of Corporate Commands has photos of advertisements that command you to do things.
Mm-hmm.
So, like Cartoon Network, for example, telling you to get up and get active and get animated.
Heard of that one.
All right, there you go. And then Blockbuster has one that's pretty simple and to the point. It says, buy it. So they're commanding you to do things, right?
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, I think a little bit of the site got messed up. Some of these seem crossed. I don't recall Taste the Rainbow being the slogan for Glad.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I thought that was a
That must
food
be
thing.
new. That must
Yeah,
be
I think
new.
it is. Apparently, Planned Parenthood now is using Just Do It.
Really?
And again, I thought that was for the shoe guys, but it turns
These guys
out
are getting these all wrong.
and the worst I thought was the Summer's Eve feminine hygiene. It's Obey Your Thirst, which I think is clearly
This has to
that
be
was supposed to be the Sprite, I think, right?
Somebody's joking around in here. That
Yeah,
can't
well,
be. Oh,
It happens with a big website. Something's going to get messed up, right?
that's true.
But there's some interesting slogans on there. There you go.
Cool.
All right, 8-Bit Weapon is here for a one-of-a-kind performance, and we'll be talking with them later on in the show, so why don't you stick around? Huh? Yeah. Whoever said that old video games and outdated computers couldn't make beautiful music is a moron. Let's give it up for 8-Bit Weapon. nice. Very nice. Don't go away. 8-Bit Weapon will be back to let us know how it's all done right after the break. All right, now let's get inside the heads of 8-Bit Weapon. Excuse me. Please welcome Stacy and Seth to Attack of the Show. Guys, how's it going?
Pretty good.
So tell me, how long have you been doing this whole thing, the 8-Bit music scene?
I think since 2001 I've been doing it, and then she joined in a couple of years ago.
Gotcha. Now, when you decided to get into music, why 8-Bit? What inspired you there?
I think simplicity.
Yeah, and the sounds, they're nostalgia. I mean, we love the old games, you know, that's what we grew up with, and playing music that sounds like that is just a lot of fun.
Now, are there any particular games that inspired you?
Oh yeah, tons. You know, Defender of the Crown, Adventure Construction Set, Space Taxi, things like that.
Now, when you're playing these games, you know, at a younger age, you're saying like, "This is good. The music's great. I wish I could do that." Or are you playing it saying, "I want to make better music using those instruments when I'm older"?
A little bit of both. Like when I grew up, in junior high especially, I'd wake up for school and load up games to listen to music while I got dressed. And then as an adult, I found emulators where I could just play the music back without having the game attached. Then I started remixing, and then I found ways to make the music myself.
Yeah, well, let's get into that. Tell me about your setup here. How are you actually creating these noises?
Well, up top we've got a classic Commodore 64 bread box, and then below we've got a Commodore 128.
Right. I don't remember the classic Commodore having piano keys.
No, this is the Sight and Sound Magical Musical Keyboard.
Very nice.
And actually, if I switch this off, you can see the standard Music Machine cartridge you can buy on eBay for $3. And you can buy the Music Machine overlay for about $10 to $15.
Or you could make it for like a $1.50 at a hardware store, right?
There you go. Get some wood.
Gotcha.
Take a wood class. And another one, Paul Slocum, the father of the Atari synth, actually made the cartridge for the 128 that I call the 8-Bit Weapon. And whip it out.
And so these cartridges, you pop them in, and they give you access to the sound banks within the actual,
Yeah.
hardware?
Well, with the top cart, you can actually construct the sounds using the keys. He made preset sounds that you can actually alter with this Pong paddle, if I can get it out. You take that?
Okay. So I can play Pong and make beautiful noises?
Yeah.
All
Watch
right.
this. Can we get the sound
Waiting for it.
patched through?
All right. Oh, hey.
Turn it all the way.
Yeah, turn it all the way down.
All the way down?
Oh, wait.
That didn't sound healthy. I got to be
No,
honest.
it didn't.
Should I expect smoke or
Yeah,
sparks?
try that.
So we're putting...
Yeah.
All right.
There we
Oh,
go.
yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Good enough. Oh,
I am
so, you know,
8-Bit.
in theory, you can do
Gotcha.
filter sweeps with
Well,
it.
that's the beauty of the vintage equipment. You
Yeah.
never know what you're going to get.
Right.
For the band members.
I mean, how difficult is it to do this? Because it sounds like you need to have a pretty good knowledge of the hardware itself and know what software you need. I mean, how hard is it to manipulate the software?
It's hard to manipulate it where you're making the software that it uses. It's easy to use because I know nothing about program. I know nothing about hardware.
Gotcha.
I just bought all this on eBay except for the cartridge that Paul made me. And the only hard part about playing it is on these, there's no piano keys. It's actually a keypad like in Windows.
And you get lovely white noise when you put
Yeah.
the right combo there. And now what about on the Game Boy there? Because I know like the cartridge is LSDJ, right?
LSDJ, it's a beautiful thing. You have 4 tracks. 2 are for notes, and there's a drum kit track and also a noise track. And you just compose using numbers and letters, basically.
That sounds. I mean, math is difficult, right? I mean,
Agreed.
Yep.
I mean, it's not like using Reason on a computer. You have to know
Right.
exactly what notes you want, where you want. Is it easy
Exactly.
to finesse them once they're in there? Or?
Once they're in there, you can do all sorts of things. You can synthesize them, you can change them, you can tweak them. It's a lot of fun, actually. And the more time you spend with it, the more, the better you get at it, and it's just a lot of fun. It's, you start becoming intimate with it.
And now, how long does it to actually take you to compose a song? Let's say,
It's
like from start to
random.
finish?
I could do one in a flight trip,
Yeah,
going from New Orleans
sometimes.
to LA. I wrote a basic tune in the LSDJ.
And can you? Is there any way you can play with something like that, or?
What do you mean, just demo it real quick?
Yeah.
Sure.
And you can daisy chain them too. Have 4 Game Boys and you have twice
Yeah,
or
we typically
4
actually
times
have
the clip
2 connected together at the
Really?
same time, yeah.
And do you perform them live, or you pre-program all your tracks? And...
You can do both, actually. You pre-program, or you can set it in live mode and trigger different chains at different times
Very nice.
during
And
the
tweak
performance.
sounds
yeah.
and drums.
So,
Now,
did you want to...
Yeah, please, take some time. Now, we've got the 8-bit scene. Is it relatively small? Is it blowing up? I mean, can you make a living off this? Can
It's
you
the
get
biggest
signed?
little scene in the world.
Can
It's
you get
like,
signed doing this?
Oh, well, yeah, we got some. We got signed to a new label that just was born out of Intellivision. Everybody knows Intellivision, and they just started a music label called Intellivision Music.
Oh, very nice.
So we're the first signed artists. The first CD they put out was a compilation of actual tunes out of the Intellivision and covers featuring the Fat Man, Dave Warhol.
Love the Fat Man.
Yeah, he's the greatest. He's a mentor of mine. Yeah, so we're the first act. We've got a EP coming out.
When's that coming out? When's the album drop?
May
10th.
May 10th.
Yeah, and we have record release party May 5th at Club Microwave. And then we actually have the full album coming out this summer.
So you guys are blowing up, it sounds like.
Yeah, it's really taking off fast.
An 8-bit kind of explosive sound, but you're blowing up nonetheless.
Yeah, well, we're the first ones, I think, in the U.S. to really expose ourselves nationally.
Let's not do that on this show, by the way. Thank you very much. That was
Sure.
awesome. Great performance, guys. For more on this digital duo, check out their website at 8bitweapon.com and keep your eyes open for their new album coming out in May. Now, we all know Kevin Rose loves a bargain, and that's why he goes knee-deep in that dark little interweb for those oh-so-dark deals.
All right, it's time for the latest deals and steals on the net.
Good, because I'm ready to save some cash.
You ready to save some cash?
Big time.
Okay, the first one here is a Dell 1905 FP 19-inch LCD. Now, that's the wrong monitor. Mine's over here. That's our home base monitor. There it is.
There it is.
All right.
That's a pretty little guy, isn't it?
It's a nice monitor. It's 19-inch. Now, you've seen this before on the show. It's been a little more expensive. They've now lowered the price. 40% off coupon code I have for you. It's going to bring it to $299.
That's great.
It's a great deal for a 19-inch.
Good monitor.
And yeah, it's a great monitor, but there's one thing though you have to know is that you can't buy this if you just go to Dell. You have to go to their like small business area. So you're acting like you're a small business, but it really doesn't matter.
But you don't have to prove that
you
you
don't
are.
have to prove that you're a
anything.
business,
They
so
just-
you can still get the deal.
That's so sneaky of them.
I know, they kind of hide it for the business
But they don't
customers.
obviously hide it that well.
Right, they don't. So, and they really don't care, but you know, it's one of those things.
All right,
Had to
fair
tell
enough.
you about it. The next thing, a paper shredder for $7.
Now, paper shredders sound silly, but I
Right.
find myself needing one all the time.
Do you really?
Yeah, because every time I throw away like bills and stuff,
No,
I
I'm the
just
same
feel
way.
bad throwing it away into the recycling bin.
Well, not only that is like if somebody gets a hold of that information, you know, identity theft, things
That's
of
what
that
I'm
nature.
saying.
Yeah, so $7.
I don't feel bad the recycling it. I feel bad that someone could just look at it and be like, oh, so lots of stuff about Sarah.
Exactly. So $7 isn't too bad. And the last thing here is from Jinx. We love them. Great T-shirts. This
Jinx.
is one of my favorite shirts that they have right here now. They just came out with this not too long ago. I love spyware. It's an awesome shirt. I'm going to give you a code that today. It's called Dark Deals PSP is the code. You get 10% off, and they're going to do a Attack of the Show only PSP giveaway, where if you buy a shirt, only the people that watch our show that use that code get entered in the giveaway. So your
Cool.
chances of winning a
What,
PS...
for a free PSP?
Yeah, for a free PSP. So your chances
Awesome.
of winning are like 1 in 150 or 200, somewhere around there. I don't know the exact numbers, but it's somewhere around there. So
What is the whole I love spyware thing? Is it just like
It's a joke.
We're so crazy.
That's right. We're crazy.
We're-
I love that spyware.
We're out of control. But we
Because-
do love Jinx. We're
Yes.
not kidding about that.
Good stuff. To get all the deals for yourself, we, of course, have all the links to all the codes that you're going to need in our show notes.
Now, coming up next, it's the feed. You know you want it. But next, the sneaky little hack called pod shanking that lets you share your songs between two iPods, no computer required.
Look, they came back.
They did, didn't
They did. That's
all
awesome.
5 of them.
Coming up in this half hour, Sarah's got some fancy new gems of the internet.
You love
For
those.
the folks at home. Yeah, whoa.
Calm down,
All right,
man.
easy, honey. Plus, why go jogging when you could get fit just leaning on your butt playing video games?
That's right.
Excellent question. We take a look at the Kilowatt game controller. There's your answer.
Nice.
Yes.
Now, Kev, you ever listen to somebody else's, like their iPod, and you enjoy
Right.
a song, and you're like, I really wish
I'm like-
I could get that song right now.
All right. I wish it was an iRiver.
That's right. So you could just drag and drop.
Exactly.
No,
So-
no, no. I know.
Yes, no. I would love, there is no way to really get a song off of one iPod to another,
Yeah,
right?
wouldn't it be cool if you could just send it like wirelessly to another iPod by pushing a button?
It'd be great.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Have you figured out a way to do that?
No, I haven't.
Oh.
But
Okay.
We're going to show you another method for doing that. That would be great, though.
That would be great. Well, all right, moving on.
There's a couple different ways to go iPod to iPod. They call it pod shanking.
Whoa.
It allows you to, yeah, that's what they
Sounds
call it.
violent.
Yeah, it does.
It's like something
Pod
straight out of
shanking.
Oz.
Yeah, but it
Hear about
works.
Terry on Block
You'll
C?
see, it is a little violent. It's
He
not
got pod
quite.
shanked yesterday during lunch.
It's not quite what you'd expect.
All right.
You start off, first thing here is an iTalk. You've heard of these little devices
Yes,
right here.
yes.
They plug in the top. They allow you to do voice recordings right in your iPod. You plug that in, and then you go line in. So you got a
okay.
standard little 1/8 inch to 1/8 inch here. Take the other iPod right down here, which you got holding up there. You hit play, then you hit record, and it records the audio onto the iPod.
So real time, we have to stand there
You have
for
to
5
wait
minutes
for
and be
it.
like, hey.
And it sucks because it's mono and it's only 8 kilohertz, so the quality is kind of not so good. But there's another way to do it. So
Okay.
The second method, so that's the first.
Like that was a
costs-
dim light at the end of this tech tunnel.
That's right.
Seven.
That costs $35, and also for the cable itself, another $5.
Right.
The second way to do it is to hold down these two buttons right here. You install a version of Linux onto the iPod. We're going to hold down these two buttons. It's going to reboot it. And then
there
you
it
hold
goes.
down the back button, and then take a look at the screen there. You're going to notice it's going to boot right into Linux here. Hold on.
right.
It's called Podzilla is the name of it.
All right, so this is a distro of Linux that someone
on,
made
here it
specifically for
Boom.
iPods?
There's a little kernel load. Isn't that
No,
awesome?
hey.
Oh, kernel.
Look at that.
Yeah, so it's
It's
loaded
a
up there.
glary kernel.
Yeah. So it's running Linux right now. It's booted into it. So it's a dual boot, actually. If you don't choose anything, if you don't hold down that button,
Oh, nice.
it goes into your standard
So you don't
iPod.
lose the standard functionality.
Exactly. You don't have to worry about that. So we're going to go ahead and plug it in. Now, this time, obviously, we don't need the little iTrip.
Right.
And then we're going to go to the center option here and then go into Settings. And then we're going to go into, let me just turn it here so I can get it for a second here.
Is there some sort of audio recorder that they've built in then?
Yeah, they've built in an audio recorder, and it has a line in. Let's go here. Oops, extras.
All right.
Recordings. Here we
So,
go.
so
Okay.
essentially, the iPod has the functionality to record via the top port.
Exactly,
via like
but they
the
require
line
you to
out.
buy the extra adapter. Now, here's the cool
interesting.
thing. If you take a look at this screen now, you can see that we have the microphone record set there. It's hard to see, but at the very bottom there, it allows you to adjust the hertz. So you can actually up it. So you can go up to 96 hertz. So the quality is a little bit better when you're doing it this method.
That's a significant difference.
Yeah.
Significant difference.
Totally, and you're going to notice that it sounds better, but it doesn't work with the latest generation of iPods. This is only for generations third and fourth. Oh no, the third generation or older that it works with.
Okay.
So we have some examples of the recordings. We recorded all
great.
this stuff earlier. So the original recording sounded like this. Not bad.
Yeah.
You like that? Now, if we went with it, oh, you just
You wanna- whoa, you just
calm
kickstop.
down, calm down, calm down.
just-
Now, hold out that thing right there.
Okay, sorry.
So now, if we did it with the nice little iTrip or the iTalk, it sounds something like this.
I completely wasted my money.
Pretty crappy.
Yeah.
Pretty crappy. Now,
Very
the
crappy.
last method using the Linux, just pod to pod, where we up the hertz, sounds something like this. Not so bad.
It's actually not that bad. It's not that bad, but it's only mono.
Right. It's only mono in either situation. But, you know, this isn't one of those things where we want to come on and say, hey, this is what you have to do. It's been floating around the internet. We've seen it all over the place. So we want
Right.
to come on and kind of debunk it and show you this isn't the best way to do it. But in a pinch, if you have to do something like this, it's nice to know that it can be done.
And it's nice to know that the free, probably open source solution
It's
is
the best
better
way.
one.
Yeah, for sure.
Funny how that works out.
That's right. You can find all the details on pod shanking by visiting our show notes on our website, g4tv.com/AOTS.
All right, now here's the feed, so look alive.
Since things like a stable government and low crime rates are still a little out of their reach, the people of Russia are trying to find something, anything to brag about these days. Maybe that's why a pride-filled Department K, Russia's anti-cybercrime unit, claimed recently that Russian hackers are the best in the world. Naturally, this calls out for response on our part. What do you say, American hackers? Are you going to let Ivan come over here and access our passwords and kill Apollo Creed and beat us at Olympic ice hockey and team up with Nicaragua and invade Michigan? Hell no! Wolverines! Woo! Speaking of ruthless takeovers, Electronic Arts continues to weaken and demoralize its competitors by snatching up exclusive rights to every sport known to man. Take-Two Interactive better start grabbing Ultimate Frisbee and curling if it wants anything at all. EA just inked a 6-year deal with the Collegiate Licensing Company. That's a marketing firm that represents the NCAA and more than 200 colleges to get exclusive rights to produce college football games for consoles and handhelds. What's that spell? Monopoly! Go yay! Woohoo! Japanese scientists have unveiled plans for a Jurassic Park-style game reserve. What part of that sentence isn't awesome? Anyway, our Far East friends have their first species already lined up. The woolly mammoth! God, love that. The scientists' plan, and we're actually dead serious here, is to retrieve sperm from one of several thousand mammoths frozen in tundras and then use it to impregnate an elephant. The offspring will then be raised in a park in the wilds of Siberia. The scientists say that by continuing to mate the hybrids, they'll have a species that is 88% mammoth within 50 years. Are giant radioactive fire-breathing lizards far behind? I hope not. And finally, President Bush recently revealed the contents of his iPod. Yes. Now, if you think it's filled with cheeseball country artists wailing about God and country, you're absolutely correct. Hey, at least he's consistent, right? You know, it's our president. A rare glimpse into the first iPod shows the greatest hits of Alan Jackson, John Fogerty's Ode to Baseball Center Field, and surprisingly, the Knack's My Sharona. Rumor has it he's also got Why Don't We Get Drunk and Screw, but in all fairness, we think that was downloaded by Jenna. Bush claims to have around 250 songs loaded up, all of them purchased by presidential aides through iTunes. And that is the feed. Laying out!
Woo! Woo! Awesome job with the feed there,
Yes.
Sarah.
Thank you very much.
I was shanking the whole time,
We
so
were
I really
shanking
didn't
a little
really
bit.
know. They caught us shanking again. It happens.
That sounds pretty bad.
It does. It's called pod shanking.
That's
what
right,
are you gonna do?
that's right.
I don't. I think it could save taxpayers money if Bush were to, invest in the pod shanking.
Yeah. Do they have like on iTunes Music Store like his picks, like Bush's picks?
I don't know, but that's
They
what
probably
we should
should.
get that. We should get that, like his entire list.
Make some calls.
All right. Coming up, we've checked the forecast, and apparently you better grab an umbrella because it's raining gems.
Is it really?
It is. Hallelujah.
It's coming down.
Woo! And it may just be the thigh master the game industry has been waiting for. All right, I've been waiting for. Either way, it's coming up.
The feed is brought to you by Doritos. Don't hesitate, don't procrastinate, don't wait to be great. Visit INNW.com.
Load up, maggots, because we're playing Joint Operations Escalation in this week's Attack of the Show LAN party. Huh? Show's attacking. If you've ever wanted to, hop on a motorcycle and dart around hundreds of people in a field but aren't Gary Busey, well, then this is your chance. To register, just go to our little interweb website and click on Join Our LAN Party. You'll get all the details and links to get started, and we'll see you Thursday for the LAN party.
Our interweb website.
It's online, w.ht://
You're good with that stuff.
and it's in. All right.
Yeah.
Now, not all game controllers look like traditional gamepads, believe it or not. And apparently, this just in, playing games doesn't have to make you fat and lazy.
I'm ready to work out when I play games.
Me too. Pick up the controller, work on the guns, huh? Right?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, done?
Yeah, you can stop.
Do you want to kiss it?
No, thanks.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the Kilowatt controller. It's like your new personal trainer.
It's like a little bike action / controller.
It's like a bike without the wheels and the pedals and
right.
the chain.
So how does
and
this thing work?
So all right, so basically it's resistance training. It's made by Power Grid Fitness. So you'll hop in here. We've got some MotoGP going on. First of all, look at the controls here.
Okay.
You got your little knobby things and some buttons. What's great is that it'll work for PlayStation 2, Xbox, GameCube, and PC. Pretty much anything that takes a controller, this thing will do it.
Nice.
Now, it works off resistance. So let me resume my race here. This is MotoGP. Now, get all positioned, get your back properly supported, and if you want to go, you just push it. Yep, there it is. Yep. Oh, yeah.
So you push forward to push forward on the control pad.
Yeah, yeah, you do. And this is at
Is it
level
hard?
4 right now. Yeah, there's multiple different levels of resistance.
Right.
So level 1, not so bad. I can actually get it going pretty fast. If I bump it up to like level 4, you almost
really
have to be in
push.
shape. And I'm not. So you just gotta, yeah, there you go. Oh, feeling it. Feeling it.
So is this working? I mean, it's working up your triceps, right?
You're getting
Your abs
a little
too?
bit of an arm, but it's really in the stomach, man. Because
Really?
you got a here, get on there. Hop on.
All right, let's
Hop
try.
on, soldier. Give it a try. Works really well. And the thing that's no,
don't sit on the- you don't sit
stand.
up
Yeah,
there?
you don't
Okay,
sit up there.
okay.
You push, and really you got to get into it. Use those
I
muscles
see,
there.
I see.
So now any game can be played with it, so long as you
It's
know.
hard to turn though.
Well, you got to get into it. Use some muscle. You want me to lower it down a little bit? You
Yeah,
want to
lower
take it down a
down a
notch?
couple
Hold on.
notches.
Let me put it on. There's the I wear a skirt macro. There you
There
go.
you go.
You're
Right.
good. Yep. Now much easier.
Much easier.
There you go.
Feels like I'm wearing a skirt.
The problem is that with certain games, you have to reconfigure the controls, obviously, and it's hard to set up for certain games. Like our test lab tried to get it to work with Halo.
This would be weird with Zelda or something.
Not a good
like
idea. Yeah, you're not going to be playing Zelda, and even Tetris might be tough with it somehow. But for certain games, for racing games, it'll actually work. It'll do the job.
that. Okay, so how much does something like this run?
That's the problem. $800.
$800.
$800.
$800.
Well, they do have a professional, like super duper fitness club type model that's
Right.
over $1,000, but this one's $800.
Yeah.
So wait for it to come on eBay once someone uses it for like 2 weeks and then
Okay.
sells it for like
I was
$1.50.
gonna say this feels like one of those things that I would buy and then it just goes in the garage like 2 weeks later.
Perhaps. Hey, if the kilowatt is up your alley, then get the links in our show notes. Now, coming up, I review the new Xbox RPG Jade Empire. Miss it at your own peril. Tomorrow's show has 20% more good stuff than the competing brand. How about that? Students from Carnegie Mellon experiment with the creation of up to 100 games a semester, and we're going to try to cheat off their papers. Plus, we have some slick hacks for your PSP, turn it into a web browser, an ebook reader, and oh, so much more. And FilmThreat.com's Chris Gore will stop by with his DVD commentary because it's Tuesday and his parole officer demands it. Role-playing games. RPGs, if you will. They're a genre notorious for lengthy dialogue sequences, heaps of character development, and turn-based fighting. But fear not, action junkies. Like a public access preacher promising salvation at 3 in the morning, today's first 50 just might convert you. Now, from game developer BioWare, or the KOTOR kids, as most people know them by now, it comes Jade Empire. It's an RPG with, get this, Kevin, real-time fighting.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Huh?
Yeah.
Fighting in real time.
What does this mean?
I'm pushing the buttons, and it's doing that
push the
as I
buttons like
push the
that?
buttons.
Nice.
It's like Rock'em Sock'em, but not.
Not quite as.
Sorry. Now, it's hard to judge any RPG in only 50 minutes, especially one like Jade Empire, where 50 minutes is like enough time to stare intently at the surface, but not to scratch it. But I'm going to do my best.
All right.
All right. Starts off. Let's see. I focused on things that I care about. Starts off with character selection. This is something I really don't care about, but just so you see it, nonetheless, you've got 6 characters to choose from, and each can be customized. Like you can choose like with magic or strength or
Can you
speed
customize
abilities.
their clothes and stuff at this point?
No,
The
not
size,
at the
their
beginning of the
weight?
game. No, but their attributes you can.
Okay.
This isn't Fable. It's a different approach.
Okay.
They actually made a decent game instead of just giving you cool customization.
Graphics look nice.
I'm going to get slammed for that one. I just realized that. Anyway, graphics are good for the little character selection screen, but who cares, right? Who cares about that stuff?
I kind of do a little bit.
It's all about the story, right?
Yeah.
This is an RPG.
Yeah, you're right.
That's what you care
You're
about.
right.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Now, Jade Empire is a completely fleshed out fantasy realm with nods to like Chinese mythology and old kung fu movies. It's all in there. As you can see, then this was the bulk of my first 50 with the game. Lots of dialogue.
Yeah,
Lots of reading. Lots of talking.
They're talking though. You don't have to read all that. do you?
Yeah, but if you want to get it done in 50 minutes,
Right.
you got to read and go and skip. But there's different branching dialogue choices. You can choose whether you want to say something that makes you a good boy or a bad boy. If you want to be naughty. Do you want to be naughty, Kevin? No, you want
No,
no.
probably
Okay, you
good
can be
boy,
neutral. Look, I'll be honest. I trust the BioWare team to write good copy, and I could clearly tell that they were good and evil dialogue choices. So I mostly mashed the buttons through the backstory. So I have no idea what it's really about.
I do that all the time. When I'm playing one of those games, I'm just like, get through so I can play the game.
I want to play a game. If I wanted to watch a movie,
Well, how bad
I'd
was
put
it?
in
Was
a
there
DVD.
a ton of that stuff? Or?
Well, it's an RPG. There's a ton. It's a
Yeah, I guess
huge
you're
environment. But I'm willing to forgive it. Why?
Why?
Because the good news is the fighting. Now,
Good gameplay.
It's far from God of War. Like I said, I've been playing that all week, and it's amazing. The fighting in Jade Empire is actually enjoyable. You can have a decent time. Like I said, real-time fighting. So when you're taking on bad guys, you're not just pressing a button and hoping the guy hits because of some dice roll that you don't get to see.
Gotcha.
There's hand-to-hand combat, there's magic, there's all sorts of different weapons. And the cool thing is, if you notice in the bottom left-hand corner, there's a little D-pad cross.
Right.
You just push on the D-pad the direction of the fighting style you want. So instantly you can switch from a weapon to a magic style, or from a hand-to-hand to even more deadly hand-to-hand combo. It's
Right.
all right there. great targeting system. The camera follows the action. It's fun. And again, it's BioWare, so you know like the RPG is going to be there, the story is going to be there.
Right.
If you didn't like KOTOR, if you didn't like previous things because of the turn-based fighting, now you have no reason to not like this game.
Is there a lot of combos and stuff though too? Do you have to
Tons of
figure all
combos.
that?
Yeah, you can unlock them and buy them essentially with your experience. But now towards the end of my playtime, there was one bit of dialogue that caught my ear. Just an interesting fact.
Thanks for this talk. The events on the beach worried me, but you always improve my mood.
All right, so I wonder what had her down. I wonder what was so depressing. Do you care to see?
Yeah.
This is the event on the beach that she was talking about, right here. Yeah, a cannon blowing up villagers. So about like 5 seconds after that happened, she's like, "Oh, thanks for the talk.
I feel better
That really
now.
calmed me down.
I'm okay.
Oh,
Exploding heads are not a big deal.
Yeah. Hold on, let me just kick this skull out of the way. It happens. This is an RPG that can satisfy the hardcore as well as usher in a new era of role players, I really think. From the graphics to the sound, the story, the fighting system, Jade Empire is a must-buy for any Xbox owner, period.
Only Xbox.
Only Xbox.
Really?
There you have it. All right, and now here's Sarah with her desperate cry for attention we like to call Gems of the Internet.
Isn't there some sort of saying like, the lady doth protest too much?
Thou hast used the languages that confuses me, so let's just do the darn gems.
Something about making fun of gems, secretly wanting to be a gem.
Is that what it is?
That old
All right.
song and dance. Okay, well, let's start off right now with the Museum of Retro Technology. Now, the website at first glance, you go, I don't know, looks like a bunch of links. What could be so great?
Yeah.
There's a lot of retro technology, but my favorites come in the transport category.
Ooh.
Like, for example, the Dicycle.
What?
The Dicycle was actually, as you can see, a bicycle with two huge crazy wheels, and it shows a variety of people using the old retro Dicycle, and it was featured in Popular Science magazine.
Of course
and
it
then
was.
even today, people are still kind of trying to keep the
Is there like
Dicycle
an underground
alive.
movement for the Dicycle?
I don't know. It's a gem, man.
Okay.
Now, but Dicycle, look at the unusual tricycle. Not
I've seen a
only
tricycle
is it-
before.
but have you seen a tricycle that looks like this?
Oh, they made it big.
I don't think so. Have you seen a
All right.
tricycle that an elephant can ride
Oh,
on?
no, that's
I don't
kinda-
think so.
All right.
All right.
All right.
And finally,
I call Photoshop, but fair enough.
I don't think so. That's old. You can tell it's retro.
It's old. It's black and white, so clearly it's not a Photoshop. They don't have that
it's a
technology.
total old photograph. You can't fake that. And then finally, the mono wheel. This is a one-wheel specimen of steel and brawn. And even as you go down here to the bottom, you can see that the mono wheel, people are still keeping it alive.
Awesome.
You liking that mono wheel?
Not
you
as
think
much.
that's a gem?
No, but fair enough.
I think you do
You
have
had me with
mine.
if you'd have stopped at the elephant, you'd have been fine, but you jumped your own shark with the mono wheel.
I don't think so, but that's cool.
Fair enough.
To each their own. Now, moving on, you know that the eyebrow shaping industry rakes in millions of dollars per year. Everybody plucking, waxing, shaving.
The Flowbee?
Not for the folks at themonobrow.com.
Oh,
No, these
what? Come
folks are embracing their monobrow heritage, and
All right, fair
each
enough.
week a new monobrow, a friend of ours and others, is featured. A little story about why he likes his monobrow and why it's so cool. Even now, not just that.
Not only
just
is
that.
Todd a self-confident and self-motivated mono guy, it's like, what?
It's great, isn't that wonderful? And if that's not enough for you, if you think, I need a little bit more than just a featured monobrow, you can
Right.
actually play the mono match. Match the monobrow to the other monobrow. See, I mean, this is hours of entertainment here. You know what I'm talking about?
Isn't it?
You hear what I'm saying?
First of all, the whole site is wrong because it's a unibrow. It's not a monobrow.
Mono uno.
It's a unibrow. Fair
And
enough. But okay.
finally,
You better win me
finally-
over with this one, Sarah.
Oh, I think I will.
Uh-huh.
I know that you're a fan of Mexican food.
Love it.
You
Love the spicy hot.
Love the Mexican food.
Yes.
Perhaps you might be a candidate for something from Flat D Innovations called the Flatulent Protector.
Oh, come on.
That will keep your
on.
flatulent behavior from escaping your underwear and upsetting others around you.
Right.
This is a real product. This is a real product. And this is a real problem, especially with folks who like the bean burrito and the like.
Yes.
Now,
yes,
if you're
understandable.
saying what exactly with these flatulence products get me, there's actually quite a few. ranging from the real simple flatulence deodorizer. It's reusable.
Extra tape? I'm putting tape on
For
that.
$12.95, yeah, you actually have to buy the flatulent acceptable tape, not just regular masking tape or anything. Or, of course, you can get the flatulence deodorizer premium. That's for $20, nicer stitching and stuff like that. And if you want to read up a little bit more on, like, why is flatulence such a big deal, you can actually read a manifesto written by Frank Morosky, flatulence guru.
Ah, yes, he's a pro.
Because there are flatulence gurus
Couldn't
in
you
the world.
just like gaffer tape or duct tape a Brita filter?
No,
right there, and then just, it would come out.
No, you need to buy things.
Right.
We're consumers.
We should try the Brita filter approach. I bet that'd be a good little duct tip.
What do you think of my gems, man? What do you think?
There was maybe a sparkle, but it turned out it was just a little eye issue. I got it out.
I don't think so.
It's there.
We'll see you tomorrow for It Came From the Day. Tune in next Monday, same time, same place, for another fabulous edition of Gems of the Internet! Woo! You can also find links to today's gems at g4tv.com/the Sarah Lane
I'm just
Files.
selling it.
I feel like such a cheerleader today. Woohoo!
Yeah,
Gems!
give me one more.
Gems
Come on.
for life! Woo!
Don't leave, because we'll be reading some emails and checking in on that IRC chat room, and you know how much fun that can be, right?
Woo!
One more. All right, let's see what's going on in that internet relay chat room.
That's right.
Should I say the question like a cheerleader?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Oh my God, what's going on?
That's not like a cheerleader.
Aren't
Gosh.
they?
That's what they do.
It pretty is, right?
That's like cheerleader bigotry.
All right,
okay,
all right,
G4
come on.
Draco says, is an Alienware worth paying $3,000 for if you're looking for a high-quality gaming computer?
I say it's too much money. It depends on what mom or dad does for a living.
You're paying for the look.
You're just paying for the looks, and yeah, build your own. It's
All right.
fun. You learn something.
Game over, Mr. Rose.
Sorry.
Game over for our viewers at home, too. We'd like to thank our guests, Seth and Stacy of 8-Bit Weapon. We'll
guys
see
are
you
great.
tomorrow, unless you have a TiVo and you do like a whole week at the same time, and then we'll see you next week and give us...
And never live.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Why would they do that?
Welcome to the Whip Set, the only hour of TV bringing you the cars you want and the girls you can't have. First up, Formula D, drifting, raw and uncut. Then Street Fury, custom kits, heavy horsepower, and oh yeah, ladies. The Whip Set, Sunday night, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific.